Tottenham have agreed to loan Randal Kolo Muani from PSG until the end of the season. No option or obligation to buy, believed to be included in the deal to bring the 26-year-old French international to the new White Hart Lane, even though we're not allowed to call it that. I'm joined by one of our Chelsea reporters, Dan King. Dan, good deal for Tottenham, this one?
Yeah, I think it's a kind of no-brainer when you get to the final day of the transfer window and a striker of his calibre becomes available. Then that's great. Last season he had a decent second half of the season on loan at Juventus. We scored 8 goals in 16 Serie A appearances. In fact, he became the first Juventus player to score in his first 3 Serie A games since Roberto Baggio way back in 1990. So he's become available, and why not?
Yeah, one for the teenagers there,
yeah.
as you mentioned earlier. Yeah. Look, Dominic Solanke, of course, having these ankle problems that are hampering a bit. Tottenham fans absolutely love him to pieces. Very good idea to get some cover in there and some top quality there. Tottenham were widely mocked, weren't they, earlier in the window for failing to land Gibbs White and Ebere Eze, but keeping themselves in pretty good nick now.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I think the thing with Moani is he offers the ability to play across all 4 of the front positions, and I think, say with the doubts over Solanke with his ankle, he'll provide that kind of focal point if he needs to. But I think if you look at, obviously Kudus was signed quite early in the window, but in the last week they've added Xavi Simons and now Kolo Muani to their attacking options. I think Thomas Frank will be very pleased with that.
Thomas Frank is, sort of famed for his All Blacks-esque no D-heads policy. I think we're allowed to say that. Kolo Muani arrives and Xavi Simons. I'm not for a second saying that they are D-heads, but they have had form previously for, sort of demanding moves out of clubs in some unsavoury ways, should we say.
I think with Kolo Muani in particular, if you ask the people at Frankfurt about the way he forced his way to PSG, it's very sort of kind of Alexander Isak, like refusing to train and just saying, no, I'm off ski. Simons has been slightly different in that he kept playing for quite a while until it became clear that he was going to be on the move. In fact, he was being linked very heavily with Chelsea. But then again, Spurs, much like they have done now with Kolo Muani, they saw the chance to get this very highly rated player. And let's not forget how good Xavi Simons was. Even last season, a struggling Leipzig team, but 2 seasons ago was really, really good.